So start from the gap. Yesterday I also mentioned about gap in panel discussion. Okay. Actually, the gap is much bigger than we expect. Okay. I had a conversation with one of the customers. He asked me a question. It's a very interesting question. I have never heard it before. Okay. He asked me, imagine. You think about this. When we land in the edge, AR edge, we deploy lots of boxes for smart city, for public transportation, for this kind of usage. Don't you think about the training framework we are using is from open source. Do you think about the product security in between? There is someone be hacker and cause lots of public information, public dangers. In that kind of potential risk, how do we resolve this? Okay, because most of the time we think about when we want to launch a solution, we just need to solve the AI modeling, pre-processing, install, and done. But the fact is that potential risk inside is much, much higher than we expect. So when we talk about edge computing to the customer applications, the gap in between include like data preprocessing, SDK training models. This kind of so-called AI technical SI can handle this. Okay, but when we move to the domain focus, okay, that means like we need to have a domain knowledge first. Like PHI in first section, he mentioned about how to handle AI in city traffic management. Very detailed. Lots of parameters they need to consider to get from the AI system and also put that in the control system. Okay, domain knowledge we have, and then we need to do the stress testing. Stress testing means like when you deploy one system, there is no problem. POC is much simpler. But when you adopt thousands of systems, after 1 year, after 2 years, if you want adding more and more applications, just like NVIDIA says, they want to have more enhancement function on the same box through the virtualization, this kind of EGX software platform. How is stress testing? We need to test in this kind of applications. And then field installer to install this, maintain this. After a few years, you need to replace because system defects sometimes. So it's not just like implement AI in cloud. It's much easier because it's centralized. But when you implement this in field, the consideration is much, much higher than we expect. So when we see the gap, another side means opportunity. So gap is opportunity. So when we see about this, then we can think about it. What is the role we can be in this gap? What the role we can be to fix this gap so we can find a value proposition of our own self to be the role in AI implemented in edge. So as I said that in the yesterday panel discussion, edge computing platform we offer is much, much higher than others. The reason is because we have experience for edge box computing. Okay, we know what the major consideration to make this kind of box. Just give you an idea. Okay, environmental fitting. Okay, so we'll make this box looks like fanless. Okay, similar to other x86 box, but we're adding the Jetson NVIDIA platform. When you add an FPGA platform, it's totally different things. Because when you consider about to add one more PoE card, one more link card, or other protocols of I/O, the driver to support on this kind of platform is totally different story. So we need to do this. Advantech need to do this. Second, when you consider about thermal design, because you put this box, it's not just in a very cooling system, well cooling system room. You need to put this in the edge, in roadside. So the temperature maybe from minus 25 to 70. Okay, so the consideration is different. So you need to put this kind of box. What the power consumption will happen in this kind of box? You need to consider this. Voltage range is also different. You put this box, it's not just only in the roadside. you need to put this car box in the equipment, right? So the power source, maybe from the AC, maybe from DC, maybe from your equipment. You need to consider about is 80 more or 80x more, okay? So the consideration for this kind of box building should be based on industrial requirements, okay? And also the IP rating, IP level about this kind of box. Dust proof, okay? And also communication ports. So this kind of box we build is in order to fit in different environment requirements. Second, domain pain point. Okay, that's a case. Okay, it's a really interesting case happened in Sri Lanka. Their train system. Okay, you see this news. Okay, 10 elephants killed in train accidents in the last 10 months. So 10 elephants killed. So think about it. How many people killed? They don't see this in this news. 10 elephants killed. So elephant in Sri Lanka is very, not just dangerous. You need to control them in order to avoid them to pass through the train. In simple mind, you think that we just set up the cameras. Okay, when you see the elephant coming over to the train, just give warning to the train station, give warning to the driver, pilot. Okay, and then that's basic. But the real situation is that you need to consider about how to do a remote. 5G probably like a solution. 4G LTE private internet should be a solution, right? This kind of things you need to consider. Second, how to operation this. Operate equipment. You need to put it inside the box, you put outside the box, okay, put it in a roadside, okay? Peripheral support. How about the lighting in different kind of weathers, different scenarios, okay? How to do the video capture protocols? How do you send this streaming by different protocols? So you see that in this kind of domain, if you want to install in the edge, it's totally different story. So we think how to make this happen, that's a way we can make it to realize in the edge. And also, be a partner, okay? We know that we're also working to make it happen as soon as possible. So Advantech tries to attend most of vertical events to let everybody know that this kind of solution is not just put in an electrical exhibition. You need to put this in vertical exhibition to let most of people understand to using this in these vertical applications, okay? Just to give you an example, like medical, okay? We have lots of customers using Advantech equipment to put in their medical devices, okay? Right now, if you attend the medical exhibition, then you will see lots of AI requirements, okay? But how to show this in AI? Doesn't mean like you can have a box, a side of equipment, then you can code it in AI to identify the X-ray, CT, MRI, this kind of image. It's not like simple like this way. You need to consider more detail about this. So we work with one of partners, okay? They want to demo in medical show. They told me that the system you want to build for AR image, especially for ultrasound, this kind of real time, how to make it happen? 20 milliseconds. That's a keyword. 20 millisecond low latency. That's a way we want to check through our ultrasound equipment and pass the image through your AI box to do the tumor identification. Higher than this number, higher than this time, is not allowed to put this aside of medical equipment for ultrasound checking. Okay, it doesn't make sense. So that's a challenge for us to make things happen. So we need to get the image through the equipment, okay, pass by SDI protocol, okay, get into the devices, do a recognition, pass through to the Olympus, this kind of ultrasound medical devices. The latency time should be less than 20 milliseconds. Okay, so it's a challenge, but we can do that because we said leading edge means like you need to do this with vertical application. Otherwise, is still far away because it's still just staying in commercial electrical device point of view. It doesn't happen. And in Advantech, through these days of PC, you can see lots of demos. We try to do another one thing is that close link for different industries. Even though that's one of our partners is ISV, they are very good at to building the software with AI features inside for example, like industrial image recognition. But they can also close link with other industries. Okay, so we make things happen, we make business happen through the whole internet. Okay, through whole net of what we can do. Okay, so we also talk about this with one of our partners from France. Okay, to see what opportunity we can bring together to make it close link to different industries. Okay, let's spend some time for the real product offering. Okay, first of all, we say that for AI training computing, yes, we build a lot of GPU servers. But I see another even more important opportunity, especially through the morning section, NVIDIA addressed a little bit about this, putting heavy edge in edge. Put a heavy edge GPU computing in edge, which means like in the past, in the edge, we just think about fanless box. But right now, a little bit different is like we want to put more and more function in one box. So GPU server, previously we just put in backside for training purpose, but right now we put it edge side, install EGX. EGX is a platform, software platform from NVIDIA. But the key point for the EGX is virtualization. They can virtualize and put a container base, adding more and more function on top of this box. So in the beginning, probably just install this box in edge for certain specific application. But after 1 year, you want adding more. You don't want to have downtime. You just add it. Okay, create one more container that you can add one more function. That's a concept for EGX, which we call the heavy edge, especially for 5G era. It's more and more important. So we build whole series of GPU server. And next step, I can reveal to you from Advantech, we will build more and more this kind of GPU edge servers with specific features that you will see next year, okay, in 2020. And for edge, light edge, okay, because previously, if I call it the heavy edge, right now this is light edge. In light edge box, for sure that we focus on different industrial applications, like healthcare, traffic monitoring. In first section, THI, one of our partners also mentioned about this. Traffic management, they use lots of box. Each of intersection, they use 4 box. So you can imagine how many intersections in Taipei City, how many intersections in whole Taiwan or in your city. So it's lots of demand. Because for one intersection, you need a 4 box already. So for this kind of box, we see lots of demand. It's happening. And also we have a layer one. It's called maintenance, also factory automation to check food and beverage, this kind of unstable things. In the past, this kind of things cannot really be checked by AOI because it's not stable outlook or shelf, right? But right now, if you're using deep learning AOI, it's much easier to handle this. Okay, so when we adopt this, we have different level of computations. Also, for surveillance and VR, it's a huge market. We all know that, okay? For the traditional surveillance and VR, we know that it's all occupied by some, low cost of chip, okay? They can do that. But when you're adding AI, when you're adding more function in one NVR box, okay, you should consider about adding GPU, okay, because we are considering to have not just one function, not just facial recognition, but we can also identify the types of objective in the field, okay? So we're building different level of NVR solution based on NVIDIA Jetson Cloud. And one more important thing I also want to share here is about this. We call it Industrial AI Development Box. It's a special product we want to deliver in next year, okay? When you go to the customer side, okay, we talk to them about AI development. Most of people, we see should be the people in charge of AI in that corp. Okay? Most of them are data scientists. Most of them. Okay? Probably also they understand about some programming. Okay? So when they want to start this, the first issue they face is about catch the image. Okay? So they spend lots of time to solve image capture. It's an issue. Okay, even though it's not directly related to the AI voting, okay, but they have knowledge about the modeling, but they don't have knowledge about how to handle image input. Okay, so we see that we need to consider about to solve this problem by this kind of a SDK installed in the box. So we call it QCAP. We work with our partner. Okay, later they will also explain more about this. Okay, you need to consider about different protocol. Streaming protocols to input your data. Okay. Also in NVIDIA, they also have this stream, talk about this, and have stream data. But in this industrial application, we know that more different types of this kind of image input is even more important. We solved this in the beginning. We have different platforms by different grade. Okay. Also, we build in some SDK for our developers can just quick turn to applications. Okay, so the target of this kind of solution is moving to the application developers. Let me show you one of the major market we want to address. First is about AI training cost. Okay, lots of AI demand, but right now it's still in very early stage. The reason is that we don't have enough talent can really help to catch the whole industry growing. Okay, so we see lots of AI training costs happen in the field. Okay, so we try to let them know that if you want to do this, okay, this is a dead box. It's not like NVIDIA dev kit. It's more like a mature product. When you develop the solution on top of this box, you can immediately adopt in your field. Okay, so it's a different type of concept. It's not just a dev box. We call it an AI, industrial AI box. So 3 kind of SDK already installed. You just take it, try that, build an application, then it happens. Okay, that's our purpose. Second is application development. As I said, that it's not just data scientists. It's not just modeling. What we want to do is just grab this. Okay, I want to have facial recognition. It's ready. I want to scan recognition. It's ready. I want the car types of recognition. It's ready. Car flow analysis is ready. I just want to get the metadata and adopt my applications. That's a solution. They can just put it and use it. And the last one is about the AI developed lab. Why I call that lab? Because we see the edge application consider about not just AI modeling. It also consider about how to integrate with other technology. Motion, lighting, integration, this kind of things. So what you need is not just AI modeling. AI modeling is easier. You can just start training from cloud. But when you put it in the edge, you need to integrate all these things together. The engineer don't want to spend too much effort on this kind of modeling thing. On the other hand, they want to try to integrate this to know how the protocol, how the I/O phase they have to use. That's a starting point. They can start to do this. Okay, and integrate and put to the market. Okay, that's our purpose. So the last, not least, okay, I will give you some golden process. We know AI is everywhere. We know it's adopted everywhere. But the process is that we need to have object. We have the image data concept, capture. We need to have feasibility study and automation and installation. That's the golden process. We want to adopt work with you together to go to the market and make it happen as soon as possible. So that's a white path, AFS. I said that yesterday. When you talk about edge, cloud is more important for central management. Okay, so we also build in AFS as a central management system to help you to do this. And we also try to do this in the last slide, in Linda's early presentation, she also mentioned this. Okay, we want to adopt this in Taiwan first because we see more and more demand about AI implementation. So we want to start from hands-on training. Also, we also want to duplicate this to other regions. Okay, we want to migrate this to other regions. We want to have this prepared. Okay, we can have on-job training. After training, then we can do a POC in your field. After a POC in your field, we try to retrain it again, support you to optimize your data, optimize your modeling, okay, and then we go to deployment. That's the process we work with our partners, Microsoft, to complete this. Okay, right now we already have 3 rounds in Taiwan. It's quite successful. So we want to duplicate it in other regions. So if you want to have this kind of process also adopt in your field, just let us know. We can come over this kind of process, also all the documentation, also all the marketing collaterals. So that's my last slide. I just want to address again, we have 4 solutions, but when you see the 4 solutions in Advantech, we also have full process, how to make it happen, how to realize it in the edge. Okay, so AI in edge is not just a slogan. Right now, it's happening now, and we can proceed to 4 and 5 years. It will adopt everywhere. So we work together and success together. Thank you very much.